Do you remember being a kid waiting for summer vacation to arrive? It felt like forever. Every single day dragged on. A single week of school felt like a month. A month felt like a year. But now, you blink and it's already December. You blink again and another year is gone. You look in the mirror and wonder, where did the time go? You're not imagining it. Time is not actually speeding up, but something inside your brain is making it feel that way. And once you understand what that something is, you can actually slow time down. Yes, literally slow it down. This is why time feels like it's moving too fast, and exactly what you can do about it. Let's start with a question that will make you slightly uncomfortable. Think about last week. Really think about it. What did you do on Tuesday? What did you eat for lunch on Thursday? What were you thinking about on Monday morning? Most people can't remember, and that's not because you have a bad memory. It's because your brain deliberately deleted it. Here's why. Your brain is not a camera. It doesn't record everything. It's more like an editor. It only saves the moments it considers important or new. Everything routine, everything familiar, everything repeated gets thrown away, and this is where the first problem begins. In the 1970s, a psychologist named Robert Ornstein ran a fascinating experiment on time perception. He gave two groups of people the same amount of time, but filled it differently. One group listened to simple, repetitive sounds, the same tones over and over. The other group listened to complex, varied sounds. Lots of different tones, unexpected changes, new patterns. At the end, he asked both groups how much time they thought had passed. The group that heard repetitive sounds said time flew by. It felt short. The group that heard complex, varied sounds said time felt much longer, richer, fuller, same amount of clock time, completely different experience. And this single experiment explains almost everything about why your life feels like it's speeding up. Think about your life right now. You wake up at roughly the same time. You check your phone. Maybe you make the same coffee, take the same route to work or school, see the same people, have similar conversations, watch similar content at night, go to sleep, repeat. Your brain looks at all of that and says, nothing new here, nothing worth saving, so it throws the whole week away. And when your brain throws the whole week away, you look back and feel like it never happened, like it was just gone. Scientists call this the holiday paradox. Have you ever noticed that a vacation feels incredibly long while you're on it, but when you look back, it seems like it was over in a flash? That's because while you were there, everything was new. New food, new streets, new faces, new experiences. Your brain was saving everything. Every hour felt full, but once you were back home, back in routine, your brain compressed the whole holiday into just a few highlights. The rest got deleted. This is exactly what's happening to your entire life. The more routine your life is, the faster time disappears. But here's the part that nobody talks about, and this is where our own habits are making things dramatically worse. Your phone. In 2023, the average person spent over 6 hours per day on screens, scrolling, watching, clicking, refreshing. And here's what's happening in your brain during that time. When you scroll through social media or short videos, your brain gets tiny hits of dopamine, the feel-good chemical, every few seconds. A funny video, a surprising post, a shocking headline. It feels stimulating. It feels like a lot is happening, but none of it is actually new experience. None of it is being saved as meaningful memory. It's all just noise passing through. So at the end of a 3-hour scrolling session, your brain has nothing to show for it. No memories formed, no experiences saved. Those 3 hours simply vanish. And you feel it. You feel that strange emptiness after a long scroll. That feeling of, where did the evening go? That feeling is your brain telling you, I had nothing worth keeping from the last few hours. There was a famous study done at Cornell University where researchers asked elderly people to reflect on their lives and identify the moments they remembered most clearly. The results were striking. Almost nobody remembered their routines. Nobody said, I remember Tuesday mornings in 2008. Nobody recalled their average workday. What they remembered were firsts. First job, first heartbreak, first time traveling alone, first time doing something that terrified them. They remembered moments of novelty, moments of emotion, moments of genuine surprise. And here is the devastating part. Most of them said that after a certain age, usually in their late 20s or early 30s, the first started running out. Life became comfortable, predictable, safe, and that's when time started disappearing. So let's talk about what's actually happening in your brain, because the science here is genuinely mind-blowing. Your brain has a structure called the hippocampus. It's the memory center, the place where experiences get stamped and saved. The hippocampus is most active when something is new, unexpected, or emotionally significant. significant. When you encounter something your brain has never seen before, it lights up, it pays attention, it saves the moment in rich detail. But when you do the same thing repeatedly, your brain goes into something called autopilot mode. The prefrontal cortex, the thinking part, basically switches off. Your body moves through the motions while your brain goes somewhere else entirely. You've experienced this. You've driven somewhere familiar and arrived with zero memory of the journey. Your body drove the car while your brain was completely elsewhere. That entire drive, gone, deleted, as if it never happened. Now imagine that happening to entire weeks, entire months, entire years of your life. That's what a routine-heavy life feels like from the inside. Here's a small experiment you can try right now. Think about the last time you did something for the very first time, something genuinely new, a new place you visited, a skill you tried to learn, a conversation with someone completely different from your usual circle. Now think about how vivid that memory is compared to last Tuesday. There's no comparison, is there? That vividness, that richness, that's what your life can feel like all the time. Not occasionally, all the time, but only if you make a specific kind of effort. So what do you actually do about it? Here's the truth. And it's both simple and uncomfortable. You have to deliberately break your own patterns, not dramatically, not expensively, not by quitting your job and backpacking across the world. Small breaks in routine are enough to wake your brain back up. Neuroscientist David Eagleman, one of the world's leading experts on time perception, describes it this way: your brain is a prediction machine. It is constantly trying to predict what comes next so it can run on autopilot and save energy. The more predictable your life, the more your brain checks out. The more your brain checks out, the less it saves. The less it saves, the faster time feels. The solution? Make your life slightly harder to predict. Take a different route home. Talk to someone you wouldn't normally talk to. Try a food you've never had. Listen to music from a completely different genre. Read something outside your usual interest. Sit in a different seat. Wake up at a different time. These aren't big changes, but they are enough to knock your brain off autopilot, enough to make it pay attention again, enough to make it start saving. There's also something called the ratio theory of time perception. And it explains why childhood felt so much longer. When you are 5 years old, 1 year represents 20% of your entire life. It's genuinely massive. Everything is new. Your brain is in a constant state of wonder and learning. Every single day contains dozens of firsts. But when you are 35, 1 year is less than 3% of your life. And if that year was mostly routine, your brain barely registered it at all. This is why summers as a child felt eternal, and summers as an adult are over before you notice they started. You didn't lose time, you lost novelty. And there is one more thing, perhaps the most important thing, one that silently steals your time without you ever realizing it. Distraction. Not just phone distraction, mental distraction. How often are you physically present somewhere, but mentally somewhere else entirely? Eating dinner, but thinking about work. Talking to a friend, but composing a reply in your head. Lying in bed, but scrolling through tomorrow's worries. When you are not present in a moment, your brain does not save that moment. It cannot. It wasn't there. This is why mindfulness, being genuinely present in whatever you're doing, is not just a wellness trend. It is literally a way of creating more time. Not clock time, but felt time. Remembered time. Lived time. The moments you are fully present in are the moments your brain saves. And those saved moments are what your life is made of when you look back. So here's where we land. Time is not actually speeding up. Your routine is eating it. Your autopilot is deleting it. Your distractions are stealing it. But you can get it back. Not by doing more, not by being busier, but by being new, by being present, by choosing deliberately and regularly to give your brain something worth saving. Try one new thing this week, just one. A new place, a new conversation, a new experience, something your brain has never encountered before, and notice what happens. Notice how that one day feels longer, fuller, more real. That feeling is time slowing down, and you did that. Not a clock, not the universe, you. If this video made you think differently about your own life, subscribe, because we're going to keep asking the questions that most people are too busy to stop and ask. See you in the next one.